Proof: your aura shakes that narcissist to their core. There's a silent storm within you, and the narcissists, oh, they feel it, they sense it, they fear it. You don't even have to raise your voice. Your presence alone screams, I see through you. That aura, that energy you carry, it speaks louder than their lies. This isn't about revenge. It's about radiance. It's about reclaiming your space, your soul, and your unstoppable power. Your energy exposes their illusions. The narcissist lives in a world of smoke and mirrors, where the truth is distorted, twisted, and manipulated to fit their narrative. Everything they do is designed to make them appear superior, to make them seem like they are the center of the universe. They feed on attention, validation, and power, constantly striving to control how the world perceives them. But you, my friend, you are different. Your energy does not play by their rules. Your energy is pure, authentic, and rooted in truth. When you walk into a room, the very air shifts. You are not just a presence, you are a force. Narcissists can't stand this. They crave control, and they thrive on creating confusion and chaos in the lives of others. But when you show up in your full power, they are forced to reckon with something they can't manipulate. Your energy is a beacon of clarity and truth, and it exposes their illusions for what they truly are: fragile constructs built on lies. It's not about how loudly you speak or how forcefully you act. It's about the quiet, unwavering confidence you exude that rattles them to their core. They may try to gaslight you, to make you question your own reality, but your energy remains unshaken. You stand firm in your truth, and it is that truth that shakes them to their core. They can't manipulate or control what they can't understand, and your energy is something they can never fully comprehend. Every time they try to draw you into their games, your aura serves as a shield, deflecting their attempts to dim your light. It's in this space of calm, unwavering strength that you become an unmovable force, and their world of illusions begins to crumble around them. In moments of silence, they feel your power even more. When you no longer react to their provocations, when you no longer give them the emotional fuel they desperately need, they feel the walls closing in. Your energy becomes a silent yet powerful weapon that strips away their false sense of control. It's a reminder to them that they can never truly dominate someone who has mastered themselves. Your presence is a mirror that reflects their emptiness back to them, forcing them to confront their own insecurities and shortcomings. Your ability to remain calm in the face of their chaos doesn't just rattle them, it terrifies them. You have become the embodiment of a power they cannot break. The more you stand firm in your truth, the more they realize that their grip on you has weakened. They can no longer pull the strings of your life. Your energy is an anchor that holds you steady while they are lost in the storm of their own creation. They will attempt to tear you down, to challenge your every belief and action, but your energy, your unshakable aura, will never waver. It will grow stronger as you refuse to be moved by their toxic tactics. Each moment you remain rooted in your power, they lose a little bit more of their grip on you. And in the end, their illusions fade away, leaving them with nothing but the stark reality that you cannot be controlled. Your boundaries are kryptonite. The narcissist's greatest weapon is their ability to breach your boundaries. They push, they prod, they invade your personal space, your emotions, your very essence, and they do it with a sense of entitlement. For them, boundaries are a challenge, something to be tested, something to be ignored. But when you set clear, non-negotiable boundaries, you create an impenetrable force field around your life. You become a person who is not easily moved, not easily influenced, and most importantly, not easily controlled. They can't understand it. They don't know how to navigate someone who doesn't bend or break under pressure. To them, you are a puzzle they can't solve, a challenge they can't conquer, and that is what terrifies them. For the narcissist, control is everything. It's how they feel powerful. But when you draw a line in the sand and refuse to let them cross it, you strip them of their most powerful tool. Your boundaries are your strength, and when you stand by them with unwavering conviction, you become a force they can never dominate. The moment you enforce your boundaries, you expose the cracks in their facade. They try to manipulate, guilt, trip, or shame you into changing your stance, but your refusal to yield reveals their true nature. They are nothing without control, and they will do anything to regain it. But you are no longer the person who can be controlled. You are the one who is in control of your own life, your own choices, and your own future. You see, boundaries are not just about saying no to others. They are about saying yes to yourself. You are teaching the world how to treat you by the way you treat yourself. And when you demand respect, when you refuse to tolerate manipulation or disrespect, your boundaries become an impenetrable wall. The narcissist cannot break through it because they are not used to encountering such resistance. They are used to bending others to their will, but not you. You are a force they cannot bend, a wall they cannot break. As you continue to hold your boundaries firm, the narcissist begins to realize they have no power over you. They begin to understand that their tactics no longer work. The more you stand your ground, the more they become frustrated because they cannot control what they cannot dominate. Your boundaries are the kryptonite to their power. Every time you hold your line, you expose their weakness. They have no real control. They only have access to your compliance. And now that compliance is gone, their power starts to fade. You will feel the pressure, you will feel the resistance, but do not back down. The moment you enforce your boundaries with conviction is the moment you take back your life. It's the moment you declare to the world, and to the narcissist, that you are not here to be manipulated. You are here to thrive, to live on your own terms, and no one, especially not a narcissist, can take that from you. Your healing makes you unreachable. The narcissist wants to see you broken. They want to see you bleeding, emotionally raw, and dependent on them. They thrive on your pain because it feeds their ego. But when you heal, when you rise above the trauma they caused, you become something they can never touch. You become a force of nature, untouchable and unbreakable. Your healing becomes a shield, a barrier that keeps them at bay, and it's in this space of wholeness that you truly become unreachable. They will try to pull you back into the chaos they created. They will try to trigger your old wounds, to stir up the pain they once inflicted. But it won't work, because your healing has transformed you. You are no longer the person they once knew. You have evolved. You have become stronger, wiser, and more powerful than they ever imagined. And that is the most terrifying thing for a narcissist. When you heal, when you rise, they can no longer control you. Healing doesn't mean forgetting. Healing means finding your strength again. It means reclaiming your power, your peace, and your purpose. When you heal, you stop giving them the power they once held over you. You stop allowing them to define who you are. You step into your true self, a self that is free from their influence, and that is when you become unreachable. The narcissist will try to cling to the version of you they once knew, the broken, vulnerable version of you. But that version of you no longer exists. You are a new person, a person who has learned, grown, and transformed. You are not the same. You are stronger, more grounded, and more aware of your worth, and that is what makes you unreachable to them. You see, the narcissist feeds on your vulnerability. They manipulate your emotions, your weaknesses, and your fears to keep you dependent on them. But when you heal, you stop being vulnerable to their attacks. Your strength becomes a force field around you, and no matter how hard they try to pull you back into their world of dysfunction, you remain untouchable. Your healing is a declaration that you will no longer be their victim. You will no longer allow them to drag you down. You are free. The more you heal, the less they matter, and that is the real power. The narcissist can scream, they can manipulate, they can do everything in their power to get your attention, but it won't work. Your healing makes you invincible. It makes you impervious to their toxic tactics. It makes you a force they can never control, and it's in that moment that you realize you are truly free. Your silence screams truth. Silence is powerful. In a world where everyone is shouting, where every conflict demands a response, your silence speaks volume. And the narcissist can't handle it. They thrive on reactions. They need to see you crumble, to hear you beg, to witness you fall apart. But when you stand there, calm, collected, and completely unreactive, you break them in a way nothing else can. Your silence forces them to confront their own weakness, their own inability to control you. They will try to provoke you. They will try to get you to react. They will use every tactic in their playbook: guilt, shame, anger, manipulation, because they know your reaction is what feeds them. But when you refuse to react, when you remain silent, you take away their power. You turn the tables. Your silence becomes a mirror that reflects back to them the emptiness of their attempts. They will try to twist your silence into something it's not. They will call you cold, distant, unfeeling. But your silence is not indifference. It's strength. It's control. It's the proof that you no longer need their validation to exist. You are whole, you are complete, and you don't need to prove anything to them. Your silence is a declaration of your independence, your freedom, and your sovereignty. When you stop engaging with their drama, you stop giving them the power they crave. You stop feeding into their manipulation. You stop giving them the emotional energy they need to survive, and that is when they begin to panic. They don't know how to respond to someone who doesn't react to their games. They can't control you when you refuse to play their game. Your silence is the ultimate weapon. It's the ultimate power, because while they are desperately trying to provoke you, you are quietly taking back your life. You are quietly reclaiming your energy, your peace, and your focus. And that is a power they will never understand. They will never be able to break you because your silence speaks the truth they cannot hide from. Your joy is their defeat. The narcissist thrives on your misery. They feed off your pain, your confusion, your struggle. They want to see you suffer because your suffering makes them feel powerful. But when you choose joy, when you choose peace, when you choose to live fully, they can't stand it. Your joy is their defeat. It is the one thing they can never take from you, and it's the one thing they fear the most. Every time you laugh, every time you smile, every time you embrace the beauty of your life without them, you chip away at their control. They want you to be sad. They want you to be broken, because that's when they can feel superior. But when you rise above their toxicity, when you refuse to let them dictate your emotional state, you prove to them that they have no power over you. You are in control of your own joy, your own peace, and your own happiness, and that is the ultimate form of rebellion. Your joy is a victory in itself. It's a sign that you have broken free from their grip. It's a reminder that you are more than their lies, more than their manipulation, more than their abuse. When you live in joy, you live in defiance of their control. You live as proof that they never had the power they thought they did. And that is their defeat. The narcissist will try to bring you back into their drama, to pull you back into their world of misery and manipulation. But your joy will be the shield that keeps them at bay. They cannot reach you when you are rooted in your own happiness. They cannot touch you when you are living fully and freely. And that is what drives them mad, because they will never be able to take away what you have found within yourself. Every moment you choose joy, you take back a piece of your power. Every laugh, every smile, every moment of peace is a victory over the narcissist. You are telling them, without saying a word, that they cannot control you. They cannot dictate your life. They cannot define your worth. You are free. Your purpose makes you dangerous. You have a purpose. It's bigger than any narcissist could ever understand. It's bigger than their need for control, their need for validation, their need to break you down. When you tap into your purpose, you become unstoppable. You become a force of nature, an individual so focused, so determined, so aligned with your destiny that no one, not even a narcissist, can stand in your way. The narcissist feeds off the chaos, the confusion, the drama. They need to keep people distracted, lost in the turmoil of their lives, so they can maintain control. But when you find your purpose, when you live with intention, you leave them in the dust. Your focus becomes so laser, sharp that nothing can derail you. You are no longer dependent on their validation, their attention, or their approval. You are on a mission and no one can stop you. Your purpose is your armor. It's the shield that protects you from their manipulation. It's the sword that cuts through their lies. The narcissist wants to see you flounder, wants to see you lost and confused. But when you have purpose, when you know where you're going, you become a force they cannot defeat. They cannot break someone who is marching forward with a clear vision, a clear mission, and an unshakable belief in their worth. Your purpose is the ultimate weapon. It's the reason you get up every morning. It's the fire that fuels your passion, your drive, your resilience. And when you live with purpose, when you are aligned with your calling, the narcissist becomes insignificant. They can try to knock you off course, but they will fail. Your purpose is the thing that drives you, that keeps you going even when they try to tear you down. They have no power against someone who is living in alignment with their true self. Your purpose makes you dangerous because it makes you unstoppable. When you know where you're going and why you're going there, no one, not even a narcissist, can derail you. They will try, but they will fail. Your purpose is the light that guides you, and it's the fire that burns away the darkness they try to create in your life. As we conclude this journey together, let me remind you of the incredible power that resides within you. The narcissist may try to manipulate, control, and break you down. But what they don't realize is that they are facing something far more powerful than they could ever comprehend. Your unwavering energy, your unshakable boundaries, your healing, your silence, your joy, and your purpose. You are not a victim. You are a force of nature. You are a force that cannot be broken, a person who cannot be controlled. You stand in your power, your truth, and your purpose. And that, my friend, is the most terrifying thing to someone who thrives on control and manipulation. Your aura, your energy, it shakes them to their core, not because of how loud you are, but because of how firm you stand in your authenticity. You have learned that silence is louder than any argument, that your healing is a shield they can never breach, that your joy is the ultimate rebellion, and that your purpose is the weapon they can never defeat. So, stand tall, walk forward with the strength of someone who knows their worth. Know that every time you hold your boundaries, every time you choose joy over chaos, every time you step into your purpose, you are becoming more and more unreachable to the narcissist's manipulation. And with each step, you are reclaiming your power, your peace, and your freedom. You are unstoppable. You are a force they cannot control. And as long as you remain true to yourself, grounded in your energy, and aligned with your purpose, nothing and no one can ever take that from you. Your aura is unshakable. You are free. Now go, stand in your power, and let the world see just how strong you truly are.